Okay, we're up now. Okay, so first things first, like my name is Donovan Scown, the host for the Breakout Show, and I'm so excited to have you here because I was really going through your story and it was like really inspiring, just seeing the way you brought it up, the issue of your book, being locked up and all that. It's like a very interesting story and being in a foreign country. And you talked about being locked up in China, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Locked up in Beijing, China for 14 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 people to one cell, 9 wooden beds. So
Dang.
it's
So, so you were locked up in China for 14 days, right? 2 weeks.
yes, sir.
And is it okay for you to like just share with us like what really caused that?
Okay, so yeah, long story short, I got locked up for weed. It's April 4th, 2019. It's a
Mhm,
Thursday, so day off for me. I'm going through a typical my morning preparations. I
mhm,
have to, I plan on attending an event later on in the afternoon.
mhm,
So before I start getting ready to go to the event, I'm like, I'm a pregame first. Now,
mm,
I'm not sure if you're familiar with pre-gaming is, or you know what I'm saying, for those that are listening right now,
yeah.
pre-gaming in America pretty much means, I say me and a group of my friends or cousins or you know what I'm saying, a group of people is gonna go out on a night full of festivities.
Mhm,
Before we
mhm,
go out to have fun, hey, we're gonna meet up at somebody's house first, and we're gonna turn
yeah.
up there, have fun there first, and then we're gonna go out and have even more fun. So that's all pre-gaming is. So I was at
Yeah.
home. I was pre-gaming to myself. I was, you know what I'm saying, sip some Chinese liquor, smoke some cannabis at my little silver pipe,
Mhm,
and getting ready to then finish, you know what I'm saying, getting faded. I'm ready, I'm good, I'm vibing, I'm ready to go. Now it's time to turn up.
yeah.
So continue to get dressed and get ready. Hear a knock at the door. Look to the peephole. It's three officers from the Beijing Police.
Mm,
And you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Scared shitless now. So I scrambled to put everything up. Open the door. They walk straight in, asking me about just drugs. I'm sitting here playing the fool. Like, nah, what y'all talking about? Y'all tripping. Like, nah, y'all got the
Mm,
wrong person. Like, nah, just trying to, you know what I'm saying, divert the situation. Um, they ended up drug testing me on the spot. I failed the
mm,
drug test, of course. So once I failed that, now it's just they have more. They really have reasoning now. So they, you know what I'm saying, are really interrogating me about just you know what I'm saying the drugs and who I get it from. When was the last time I smoked? Da 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 da. Once they realized I wasn't going to give them any viable information. They was
mm,
like, you know what I'm saying. All right, it's over. You know what I mean? Give up the charade. You caught red-handed. Um,
yeah.
so once you know, what I'm saying, they just made it obvious. I'm like, okay, for sure. I gotta hold myself accountable at this point. Um, so they confiscate everything, throw the
Mm.
cuffs. Um,
And I'm
and
really curious, like what was going on in your mind right then? Did you like call your friends or anything like
uh,
that? Or
I mean, initially, I'm just thinking, okay, how can I finesse the situation? How am I going to get myself out of the situation? And I'm just like, you know, that's why I'm just like, I'm gonna have to sit here and just play the fool. You know what I'm saying? Just hang on to hope that I don't know what's going on. And I just hope they don't come across my stash. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I just hope they don't come across my stash. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still, I'm nervous and scared as hell on the
mm.
inside. You know what I'm saying? Physically, as far as what I'm showing, I'm trying to be as composed as I can be. You feel me? But
Yeah, I hear you. So now, when did you really think about the actual like writing of the book? Because I'm sure you're talking about the book, which is 14 days in Beijing. How did
mhm.
you think about that, and what was like really going on in your mind? Because I'm sure you had this message that you wanted to communicate with your audience.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, literally in the first chapter of the book, yeah, literally in the little bit that I just told you, I did broke down to y'all, described. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's still we talking about a quarter of chapter one, so that's still like early into the story. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's a little bit further along in chapter one. Like when they throw me in the van, I'm just sitting there thinking like, that's when it is okay. Damn, this shit is real. All right,
Mm.
nobody knows I'm getting arrested. I don't know
Wow.
what's gonna happen. They haven't explained. The officers haven't explained anything to me as far as what's gonna be the process. How long?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Anything. I have no clue what's gonna happen. I just know
Mm.
this. It's nobody
Yeah.
knows it's happening. So it's like, but I gotta hold myself accountable. Um, I just got to hold myself accountable. It is what it is. I
Mm.
know to just remain positive. Take
Mm.
note of, I'm saying this to myself, remain positive. Take note of every minor detail because this is going to be a great story to tell once you're out of
Yeah.
this. I'm saying this to myself, like, this is going to be a great story to tell, bro. Like,
Mm.
because I'm still just so in disbelief, like, this shit is really happening. Nobody's going to believe this is happening to me or this happened to me. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is going to be a great story to tell. So it was then, like, I already knew. I was like, I'm going to tell the story in some form of fashion. I just don't know how. So
Mm.
once I got out, was back in America. I got back in America April 17th or something like that, 2019. I didn't start writing the book until like July.
Wow.
And what inspired me to write the book is
Mm.
another author that, you know what I'm saying, I'm really good friends with. He was a
Mm.
published author before we graduated high school in 2014. So
Wow.
he was the one that been like, hey, but you should write a book about your experience. I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm like, that's an excellent idea. I wasn't even
And
thinking about that,
previously,
but
did you ever think about writing, or it just bumped in your head just right there and then when you
hmm,
talked about it?
yeah, because I knew I wanted to do something with the story. I just had no clue what. So when he said write a book about it, I'm like, boy, you all right. Hey, that's a good idea. Hey, that's a good idea. I could write a book. I'm like, that's perfect for real. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's it never was even a thought of mine like putting it on paper until, you know what I'm saying, he put the bug in my ear. I'm like, okay, yeah, bro, that is a good idea. And then what, like, he helped me out by giving me a little outline as
Mm.
far as to get started. Because I'm like, I don't know where to even. I still, you know what I'm saying, that's a good idea, but like, where do I start? I have no clue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So he gave me a little
And
outline.
you never ever wrote any article or put it out there. That was your first piece of writing.
Well, I did papers for college and school and stuff like that. But that, you know what I'm saying, that we talking about some school shit. They want to, you know what I'm saying. So I never really anything. If we had to do it because of school, it's not because I want to do it. You know what I mean? I have to do it. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a requirement. So it's taking the fun out of it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
the want to, and just, you know what I'm saying, somewhat of the creativity, because it's like you making me do something I know I really don't even want to do, and the topic y'all giving us,
Mm.
but I don't nobody want to talk about that shit. But okay, now I'm gonna tell a story, something that's something that really happened to me. Oh yeah, let's
Mm.
do it. Yeah, all I'm doing is just telling y'all the story. It's like me sitting on this call right now and telling y'all the whole 14-day story verbally. But I'm like, I'm just gonna put it on paper.
Paper, yeah.
Look, tell the whole story from start to finish. All I'm doing is telling the story. Something that really happened.
When you're putting it on paper, like, what was your target audience? Who are you thinking about? Who did you want to really share your message with?
That's a good question. I honestly, like, as I'm writing it, like, once I like really started to write it, I'm like, I knew this story was gonna go crazy. I'm like, this story is gonna be amazing. It's
Mm.
gonna really change the game. Like, I'm gonna shift the paradigm with this one. As far as just the target audience,
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
automatically just thinking my peers, people around my age, of course.
Mm.
Um, but anybody, any person of color, you know what I'm saying,
Mm. Mm.
vast majority of us have experienced law enforcement either, you know what I'm saying, firsthand, or you
Mm.
know what I'm saying, just from others, our peers or family members. We've experienced it in some form of fashion. So it's quite
Mm.
relatable. And then most of us have been in bondage before. We talking about from
Mm.
a historical standpoint. So this is nothing new. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
knew our people for sure was going, you know what I'm saying, it's geared towards our people for sure, just because, you know what I'm saying, it's highly relatable. Um,
Mm.
and I'm young. I was 20, what, 3 at the time. So I'm like, millennials definitely gonna vibe with it. Even, you know what I'm saying, generations older than us can vibe with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially even younger. You know what I'm saying?
Young.
Because yeah, even younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a lot of lessons that you can take
Yeah.
away from the story, despite where you are in life. Um,
So, like,
people ha- have
according
experience.
to you,
Go ahead.
I've talked about the younger ones, right? The youths. These
Mhm.
teenagers, they are also facing these kind of problems or situations. So, like, what would really be your advice or your message, for example, for someone who would go through the similar challenge or the similar situation, and how do you get out of it successfully? Because right now you spent 14 days, not a year, but how
Yeah.
did you manage? How did it work out for you in 14 days?
I mean, I was just, man, just, you gotta really know yourself, be in tune with yourself, and with knowing yourself very well and being in tune with yourself
Mm,
comes understanding,
mm,
and with understanding comes acceptance,
mm,
and most importantly, faith plays a part. In, you know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying is another key contributor to that equation as well. You know what I mean? Just I, you know what I'm saying? I knew myself. That's just, it's like, bro, you made a decision that you constantly knew could get you in trouble, and you still decided to engage in it. So now that everything has played out the way that it did, and now we're in the situation, there's nobody else to point the
mm,
finger at but you, sir. So it's like, yeah, hold yourself accountable for sure. Um,
mm,
I know, and I'm saying this all to myself. I'm like, bro, I know I'm gonna be good when it's all said and done with. Despite how ugly it's looking, I know I'm gonna be straight when it's all said and done with. But I got faith. I got faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know I'm gonna be good. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know I'm gonna
mm,
be good. All said and done with. And so, just to the younger generations, you gonna face a lot of peer pressure growing up. I did. I'm pretty sure we all did growing up. You face a lot of
mhm,
peer and it's just really, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna make choices, and every choice you make has repercussions, either be good or bad. But it's just being conscious of the decision, your decision making, and what can lead from it or what can come from it, and just being able to, you know what I'm saying, take it with a grain of salt, or take, you know what I'm saying, make the best choices to, you know what I'm saying, benefit your life or benefit your journey. Or if you do slip up and fall on your face, don't let that hard time humble you. Whatever it is that you were supposed to take away from that situation, that slip up, you know what I'm saying, learn from it, and we're gonna keep going. The marathon continues. We're gonna keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's
mm,
try to find a way to turn that negative into a positive on top of that. You know what I mean?
mm. Wow, that's really, really interesting. I was like listening to you talk and I'm like thinking about a lot, like I'm meditating about what you're saying because it's really something that I also can apply, And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people out there are going through this like challenges, especially when you're in a foreign abroad. Like you have all these things, these problems, when you are put in a situation whereby you have nobody to help you. So now I'm thinking and wondering how you manage to overcome the pressure of having all these policemen around you without family, without friends, you're just there alone as a foreigner. How did you overcome all this pressure, all this confusion?
It was just uh playing college football. Definitely, you see my jersey hanging up. I played D1 college football, so you know what I'm saying. Just the far as just the workouts and the just verbal um criticism we received, and just, man, the training we had to endure. And it was just like, you know what I'm saying, it's either you do it or you take your ass home. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, ain't no, damn, bro, why we gotta do this, coach? Why we gotta run these sprints, bro? Coach, you tripping? No, it ain't all that. Coach said line down. Guess what we finna
Mm,
do? We finna line our ass down and we finna run these sprints. You know what I'm saying? So just being
yeah.
coach, being disciplined. This is all you know what I'm saying, traits that's just been instilled in me since, you know what I'm saying, I started playing the game of football. So now
Mm,
here I am in this situation. I'm in a foreign country. And it's out there, and I'm caught red-handed and doing something I knew I was supposed to be doing. And now these
mm,
officers telling me to, hey, do this, sign this, thumbprint here. You know what I'm saying? They give me orders, and it's like not really giving no explanation behind it either. Just telling me what
mm,
to do.
mm,
Most people like can't handle that. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't come from no world like that. Like, bro, who you talking to? Like, now, you know what I'm saying? They gonna sit there, go
mm.
back and forth with them. It's like, well, I have a different background in comparison to most. So, like,
Oh,
officers say jump, I say how high. Just like a coach would say jump, coach how high. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation right now where the last thing I need to be is belligerent, rebellious. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Just not you're just not what's the word I'm looking for? Uh what's the word I'm looking for? It started with a C. Like, you just damn, it just slipped my mind.
Nowadays,
Like, I'm just not, you know what I'm saying, being compliant. Not being compliant.
compliant.
That's that. I'm like, that's not gonna help my case. Me being a man of color with locks, you know what I'm saying, getting arrested for drugs. Why would I act the ass right now? That's the most logically. That's the most illogical thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's not gonna help your
yeah,
case, bro. You
yeah.
need to be compliant, bro. be easy. You know what I'm saying? Go with the flow for sure. That, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the best bet. That's the best bet for us right now, because shit is looking
Very
pretty ugly. So if we start acting the ass right now, it shit can get worse
wow.
than what it
Very
already is. You know what I mean? So just conscious, man. Just you gotta think for real. Just thinking like that's what, you know what I'm saying. Just being compliant, man.
so
You know what I'm
like
saying?
I've got one more interesting question for you because I've really observed you with regards to you writing your book. I'm sure it's more also of a bit of philosophical, right? I'm sure
Mm.
there are some points that you have brought out in your book that are kind of philosophical. So I'm curious, can you share with me like at least maybe three things that you brought out in your book that you think would be really interesting for the audience also to know about?
Um, just I say from a spirituality standpoint, I'm very spiritual. So
Mm-hmm,
spirituality is very vibrant within 14
mm-hmm,
days, without a doubt. Um, and just it's crazy. I have moments within the book where, because I don't receive any information, so I have no clue what's going on.
mm,
So I have sense out of what, you know what I'm saying, out of this situation. I had to make sense with myself and just based on what I've observed up until this point and try to figure out some form of idea or conclusion of how this situation may potentially play out. And you know what I'm saying? That's still not good enough just because, you know what I'm saying, I'm
mm,
still eyeballing it and just making a judgment. But to ease a lot, at least ease my mind and, you know what I'm saying, bring me peace of mind, most importantly, me just being so in tune with my spirituality and myself and my ancestors, I
mm,
was they were sending me messages. I would receive visions, all, you know what I'm
mm,
saying, all throughout the story.
mm,
Rather from me dreaming or, you know what I'm saying, hearing somebody else speak and, you know what I'm saying, just what they typically speaking on, you know what I'm saying, just
mm.
I received a lot of messages and visions, you know what I'm saying, just from the universe as far as how the process may potentially work
Can
and
you
how.
can you share? Yeah, I'm curious to. I'm sure to also have a tab of at least three or one of those messages. You know.
Oh, for sure. So it's early into the book. We talking like within the first three chapters. I'm in the jail now, and
Mm,
I'm asleep, and I'm dreaming. I don't know I'm dreaming, but I'm
mm,
sitting down with a group of people. We in
mm,
China, some random people. I don't even know these folks. Like, but we just sitting down in somebody's apartment. We just smoking, just talking, vibing, cooling.
mm,
And one of the people in the group that I was with just brought up getting locked up abroad in China, getting locked up in China for weed. Ironically, that just, you know what I'm saying, that's the first thing that came out
mm,
of her mouth.
mm,
And she was like, I heard that if you get caught with more than 3 grams of weed, that's an automatic month sentence.
mm,
And like, as soon as she said that, I started to wake up. And as I'm coming to my senses and I'm sitting up, I'm just like, I'm just throwed up like the fact that I had a dream so geared towards my current situation. That's just it's flabbergasting to me. Like my mind, my psyche is thrown for me to be so in tune, you know what I'm saying, right now with my subconscious to have a dream like that. And then for her
mm,
to say, you know what I'm saying, if you get caught with more than 3 grams, that's an automatic month sentence. You reading it's in the first chapter, they weighed the weed up in front of me. I got caught with 1.4 grams.
mm,
So I got caught with 1.4 grams, which is less than half of three. So three
mm,
grams equals a month. So we talking roughly maybe 2 weeks of time. Does that mean I'm gonna do 2 weeks in here? I don't know. I don't think
mm,
I can do 2 weeks in here, but shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, could this mean that? I'm not sure. At this
mm,
point in time, everything when everything played out, how long I ended up doing? 2 weeks.
mm,
Days. And then look, I got caught with 1.4 grams of weed, right?
mm,
1.4 is the decimal. You take away that decimal, what number do you get? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of symbolism. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's a very enlightening story. Like you got it.
wow.
That's why I read this story. You're gonna read it the first time just because it's a crazy story. You just want to know how it ends. But read it
Mm,
about 3 times. Just like you watch a movie once, oh man, it's good. And you watch the more you watch it, you can catch more things than you were able to catch the first go round. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, read this a couple times. And like you gonna catch it's a lot. And what I just gave y'all, man, that's just one, you know what I'm saying, small thing. Like, but it's a lot of just enlightenment as far as
mm,
just cultural standpoint, a mental
mm,
standpoint, emotional standpoint, um, logical standpoint,
mm,
um Like it's so enlightening. It's so enlightening for real, for real. Like you
Very
just learn,
interesting.
you learn so
So
much.
like, if someone, for example, wants to get like, how can I have the opportunity like to really just get hold of it or to have a copy myself?
A copy of 14 Days.
Yeah.
Um, Amazon is the best bet. To find 14 Days in Beijing. I also have a free version available of 14 Days in Beijing on Amazon, which is the first three chapters of the book. So, and it's available. The free version is available on Amazon, Apple Books, Kobo, and other book platforms. So you got options. And I get
Because from the way you're explaining, you're making me curious. Like I just want to read it now and finish it, and I'm like, I want to connect with the message.
yeah. Then I got the free version available on Amazon, but I also have the paid version, which is the full story, the whole 14 chapters, available on
Yeah.
Amazon as well. You got options. If you ain't got the money right now, it's like, well, it's a free version available for you to embark on the first 3 days of the journey, get your feet wet. And by the time you get done with chapter 3, you might, man, I got to finish the rest of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm working with you. I'm working with you. You got options. You know what I'm saying? I got electronic versions. I
Yeah.
got paperback, hardcover, audiobook coming soon too. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
I'm curious. Are you gonna read the audiobook, or are you going to hire someone to do it for you?
I'm gonna read it. Can't nobody else tell the story like, man, can't nobody else tell the story or read the story like I'm gonna read it now and like I'm gonna tell it. The person that actually went through it. I'm reading it.
You just
It's
have to read it, man.
already recorded. We just gotta edit it, you know what I'm saying, and submit it. You know what I mean? At this point. So it's already, you know what I'm saying, pretty much done. I'm reading it. I'm acting out my character and voice acting other characters within the story. And my
Mm.
engineer voice acting multiple characters within the story as well. So it's gonna be very theatrical. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited for it. For real, for real.
Wow. So if right now I can go to Amazon, right, and I search 14 days in Beijing, right,
Yeah,
and I can get that is like free copy or paid version.
both of them. You get both of
Wow.
them. Yeah.
Wow. So 14 days in Beijing. Someone might be wondering out there and thinking, well, how do I get it? So on the only by Chancellor Jackson, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
the free version, you see that cover right there? That's the free version.
Mm-hmm.
Got my hands on my
Mm-hmm.
head. That's the free version. When I'm holding up the
Mm-hmm.
sign, blue and black background, that's the paid version.
What inspired the difference? Like I'm sure you had the reason because you look like
Oh,
someone who's always doing something with reasoning.
for sure. As far as just like coming up with a cover, I had no clue what I wanted the cover to look like. It's crazy you asked that question because this was the very first mock design that I came up with. So
Mm-hmm.
I was at work one day. I was just like, hey, I think I want the cover to be like a drawing of my torso with the uniform jacket on. Just, you know what I'm saying, from my chest down, chest and to my chest. I mean, to my, yeah, where my chest starts to where my waist begins. I just want
Mm-hmm.
top half, so and with me the jacket on. And I drew it up as a sketch. I'm like, yeah, this is the concept I came up with as far as the cover. And I showed it to my brother. My brother was like, that's hard, but I think it would be even harder if you did an actual, you know what I'm saying, the actual photo of you. I
Mm-hmm.
was, hey boy, you all right. I said, boy, you all right. Hey, you all right. That's a good ass idea for sure. So I just set it up and literally I had to find a jacket that I felt, you know what I'm saying, the material was similar to the uniform jackets we had in Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
Found and then I had you know what I'm saying, I had a fashion designer, Project Ying. I had her redesign the jacket to so it's pretty much a replica of the uniform I actually wore over there
Mm.
in Beijing. I had to recreate the jacket. So once I got the jacket made, oh yeah, that's all I pretty much needed. Then
Wow.
yeah, so I bought some handcuffs and I know plenty of. I'm in Atlanta, so I know plenty of photographers. I hit up my partner I grew up with. There's a photographer. Like, man, let's do a photo shoot for this book
Mm.
cover. So pretty much all I did, the whole concept of the photo shoot was me recreating the mugshot.
Wow.
Just just all it was me recreating. Because I'm like, bro, I wish I had the original mugshot. I wish I had the original footage from the officer's body cameras. Like, I wish I had all of that to make this
Mm.
story even better. But I'm like, I don't, so I gotta recreate it. I gotta
Wow.
recreate it. Yeah.
So now I'm curious. I want to, like, I'm sure the audience would be thinking to say, okay, now I'm sure you have a portion of you that can really, really, like, what's like your message of inspiration or motivation to someone out there who has got this story, like in their head or in their mind, they are failing to put it out there because you actually took the big step of putting it down and written.
Mhm.
Now, what's your message like for maybe not even actually writing, but someone maybe who wants to do something with, and maybe wants to sing a song, wants to put out something there, but they are holding back because they feel like, well, someone out there has already done this, or someone out there is better than me. What's your say?
I mean, that sounds like fear is playing a factor in your thought process, and know that fear is imaginary.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's gonna be challenges, and you know what I'm saying, set in stone for sure. We gonna
Mm,
back it, but that don't mean coward down from no challenge. Yeah,
wow.
nah, that shit don't take. I played football. You know what I'm saying? So you challenge it, okay, for sure. We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? This is competition, friendly competition. At the end of the day, it ain't all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all that smoke and all of that, but it's friendly competition for sure. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And at the end of the day, just know that this life thing, it's a
mm.
marathon. It's not a race.
It's a marathon, it's not a
It's
race.
not a race, bro. It's not no 100-yard dash sprinting who can get here the fastest. Nah,
Can
it's
you
for the
elaborate
long.
that? Because I want to hear your view. What do you mean when you say it's a marathon, it's not a race?
Okay, so when I say I compare life to a marathon, and I get this from a rapper named Nipsey Hussle from
Mm-hmm,
L.A., California.
mm-hmm,
He compares life to he has his whole brand is modeled behind just the marathon.
mm,
And just from what I've been able to interpret, just from hearing him speak on it, it's just
mm.
like life is a marathon. Life is
Wow.
because you think about it, life is long.
Mm,
Now life is short, like you know what I'm saying. Life it depends. You know what I'm saying. It can be short, but still, 20 years, somebody that passes at 20 years or under 20 years old. Damn,
mm,
but life is fast, life is quick. Yeah,
mm,
it is, but shit, that's still a long ass time.
mm,
15 to 20 years, that's a long ass time. Imagine you was locked up for 20 years. How long
mm.
that 20 feel? You know what I mean? So that's really, you know what I'm saying, is time is an illusion. It's really
Wow.
an illusion. So take all that shit out the factor. We've been on this call for what? 30 minutes. It don't even seem like it's been 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying. Time's an illusion. We don't, you know what I'm saying? That shit is not here nor there.
Mm,
So we talking about just for the longevity. Life is a marathon.
wow.
It's whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life, just know, you know what I'm saying, it can be as big as you want to make it, and it can go as far as you want to take it. It's all dependent on you and when just, you know what I'm saying, if really you're going to take the stand behind, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to die behind what I'm getting after right now, and I'm not going to quit. That's the only
Wow.
distinguishing quality between whoever else is going through this or is finna go through this or already went through this phase is that you know what I'm saying, you're not going to quit. You're not
Mm,
going to quit. And no, it's not gonna happen overnight, bro. It's gonna be ain't no telling how long it may happen. It took Nipsey 10 years to get to where he was. You know what I mean?
mm,
So hey, 10 toes down. How resilient are you?
mm,
Stay down, trust the process, keep running. You go, of course, you run it, you watch marathons in the Olympics. Them shit's long as fuck. Them folks be running for hours. You don't think they
mm.
tired? You don't think they fatigue? They start cramping up. Some folks start slowing down. Some folks throwing the towel altogether. If you running with people, they gonna shit. Not everybody you running with make it to the victory lap. Some of them gonna start, man, fuck this shit, bro. But you tripping,
Mm,
but yeah, they gonna try to drag you down along with them. But nah, with your 10 toes to the ground, you have got to keep going, giving
wow.
your all, giving everything you have to come in first place in this marathon we call life. Make it to that victory lap. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Make it to that light at the end of the tunnel. And
wow.
it's worth it so much more when you do
Mm,
versus you got this idea and then everything just being handed to you.
mm,
And that shit happening fast as fuck. Now it's just like, you know what I mean? Now that really you even took the elevator to get to the top, and just as fast
mm,
as it took you to get up there, it's just as fast for you to goddamn get back down to the bottom as well.
mm,
You think
mm,
about it. You got somebody taking elevators, you got somebody taking steps, right?
mm. Yeah.
To get to level 30. They both at
Mm,
levels. Of course, the elevator gonna get there faster. It's gonna be a
yeah.
little bit like the person taking steps. But
Yeah.
let's say both of them slip up.
Mm,
But steps, he slip on the shoestring. He falling out. He fall back a couple steps.
mm,
But versus you been on the elevator and the elevator stopping halfway and
Wow.
it happen and now you know what I'm saying, you going, the person on that elevator is going to drop a lot faster and
Fast.
probably go back down to to level zero in
Mm,
comparison to taking the steps. You fall down the steps, you can catch
mm,
yourself before you fall down too many. You know what I'm saying? And so once you get up, you still not too far away from where you originally fell. So you can, it ain't nothing but skipping hop to get back to the step you were on before you
wow.
fell. And on this
Mm,
elevator, you got the floor uh 15 and oh shit, yeah, damn, what is the elevator falling? Oh Lord.
mm,
Now you said we back at the bottom or we at level 2 or something before it was able to regain control again.
yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, I say life is a marathon, man. No, you know what I'm saying? It's a process for sure. Just trust it. You know what I mean?
Wait, mm, damn. Like I'm so touched right now. Like I just want to buy the 14 days in Beijing right now. Like you've done marketing also.
Hey, man, it's so authentic. The story is truly authentic. I'm truly, it's all me. You know what I mean? I ain't none of this shit is made up. All this shit is just truly original. So
Mm,
what you feeling is like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, 'cause you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing that, you know what I'm saying, just somebody didn't create it and you know what I
mm,
mean? Nah, this some shit that really, really happened, took place, and there was a lot that was taken away from it.
mm,
And best believe I'm gonna showcase every inch and aspect of the story that I can. Just because I know people don't read like that. One, I don't
mm,
even read for myself.
mm,
So, but I'm already knowing as far as what's all within my
mm.
book of Beijing. I'm like, man, folks really need to,
To get it.
man, it's a lot that you can take away from it, as well as being